Anin Buju Ninsamagadebanise. Hi there, it's Jaime returning. We are at part 6 of our Sacred Fire teachings. The last item that I wanted to talk about the Sacred Fire teachings was how to make your offering at a sacred fire. So usually there's a spot for tobacco and cedar, at least in where we have sacred fires. That's what we usually do. And you'll take a little bit of that tobacco, a little bit of that cedar, and you'll hold them together in your left hand. And where we are, I should say, and we usually hold our hand to our heart and our left hand because it's closest to our heart, and we make the time and effort to say our prayers either to ourselves or we can speak them out loud if we like. And then you make that offering of that cedar and tobacco into the fire. And if you have a larger offering, maybe you're offering food, maybe you're offering waving all those cloth flags, maybe you're offering items to the fire to send them off to the spirit world or to send them off in a good way. The fire keeper, may actually open up that fire a little bit, to take a log or two away so that you can get your offering more into the center of the fire so that it does get burned appropriately. A lot of the times, if you're just, dropping something on top, something like food or a little bit bigger, it might roll off and then you have to try and coax it back into the middle of the fire so that it does get consumed or sent off in that fire. That fire keeper also will probably put logs back over top of it so it's a nice hot fire and burns everything that has been offered. Individuals may make their own offerings in some places, or perhaps if they're having a hard time with mobility, or if they're feeling unsure, or they're feeling like they're uncomfortable, or they just really are having a hard time with making that offering for whatever reason, maybe they might ask that fire keeper, can you put these in the fire for me? Sometimes sacred fires, when it's hot outside and the sacred fire's going, it's hot and it's not easy to get close to. And, they might actually ask that fire keeper, can you just help me, get this done? I need to do this and I want to make that offering. I've had children do their own offerings, but as someone who's worked with children, of course the concern is to keep them safe. So I had a little munchkin who wanted to do the tobacco offerings when a sweat was going on. She would hear them call for tobacco offerings. She's like, oh! She'd run over there with her tobacco, and this poor munchkin already had her little arm broken. I'm like, I don't want you to fall in the fire. And so I just put my arms around her belly, and so as she leaned over, she had the chance to make that offering, yet still be safe. And I felt comfortable and that I was going to be able to catch her if she happened to tip a little too far forward. And really anyone who feels comfortable enough can do their own offering usually. But again, that's a teaching that could vary from place to place. Maybe the fire keeper has to put it in for you and you're only asked to do your tobacco and cedar. Some places maybe it's just tobacco. So if that's all I have for Sacred Fire teachings, and I hope you've taken the time to sit with each video and sit with the teachings that speak the most to your heart and leave the rest, and that's okay. And there's just a little bit of time and opportunity spent so that if you find yourself in that space, in that place where there is a sacred fire, usually if you're looking around and you can see Indigenous people with their regalia, their ribbon skirts, their ribbon shirts, their powwow regalia, that is our finery, that is our formal wear that we're wearing for ceremony to present ourselves in a respectful, kind way. So you can pretty much guarantee that that's usually what's happening at that time and space. And hopefully you found the information included in these series helpful and feel a little more confident when you are at ceremony and approaching that sacred fire. If you have any questions or comments, or would like to see anything more in particular, or if you want to share teachings, please go ahead and comment. I'll see you again sometime. Thanks for joining me. Bye.